But first, Canadian mothers extend their love and money to an orphanage for children born with the HIV virus in Thailand.
Well, with AIDS babies, you'll see that they have distended belly, and so they have an enlarged liver and spleen. So she has that. When she came to us, she couldn't hold her head up, she couldn't hold her own bottle, and now she's doing all of those things. She's crawling. So, you know, it's kind of proofs in the pudding that the love and the care, she's really coming along. Hey, May. To know that you had a part, that you were able to hold and love that child and help her experience what love was. You know, that gives you more compassion and more grace. And then the next child comes in and you see them vomiting and you see that they have diarrhea and they have full-blown AIDS. But you know, the fear's not there, the compassion's there, and you go and you hold that child and you love them.
These children all have the HIV virus, and this orphanage, the Agape Home for Babies with AIDS, is the only place for them to go. John Chalkias has played a big part in their lives. She spent 2 hectic years in Canada fundraising for this home. Now she's in Thailand and meets the children for the first time.
To come here and to be able to hold them is just, if I explained it, the words wouldn't do it justice, you know. Métis just had his 2nd birthday while I've been here, and he is a really special boy. He's HIV positive and he has a lot of symptoms. He has coughing fits at night where he spits out mucus, and when he gets really frustrated, he pulls on his ears and he pulls his hair. From the back, they're really raw and they bleed. Dealing with any HIV child, when you're dealing with blood, you need to take the necessary precautions, and you wear gloves when putting on cream, when you're touching the blood.
2 years ago, Susan and a group of neighbors raised the $17,000 it took to open the Agape Home. And it all started with an appeal from the Canadian director of the home.
I wrote a letter to my friend Faith Black and told her I wanted to open a home where we can take in kids and love and care for them as a family. So immediately she went to Susan Chalkias and told her what I was wanting to do. Instantly, Susan's art was caught on fire. So the fire was spreading from Thailand to Canada.
When Faith showed me the letter, it was the instinct just to help a needy child.
I work night shift. It takes me a couple hours before I get going in the afternoon when I wake up. When I woke up that morning, she said, well, we're going to open an orphanage. I gave my head a shake because I thought I didn't hear right. And then she said, we need to raise $17,000, and I asked her to give her head a shake.
Well, we started off by, Faith and I took our kids on a bottle drive, and then we thought, I think we got between $70 and $100, and we thought, we're a long way off.
Susan and Faith enlisted the help of their neighbors and formed a volunteer board.
Hi.
Hi, on in. You guys ready for this?
We are ready. Yeah. We're quite small, just a bunch of moms. We do what needs to be done, and we all work together.
I don't know if we should do any more bottle drives. Well, you know, maybe in the future, but that was a lot of work, eh?
She started off collecting pop bottles, and her garage was full of pop bottles, and it stunk, and I thought, man, this is nuts. But when they started doing the apple pies, I really liked that because that's my favorite pie.
Yeah. It'll take quite a bit of organization to get 15 people. I figured at least come and just peel apples for a whole day. And then to get the neighborhood ovens going, too. So we can count on your house, my house,
And
Leslie's house. So if you have 3 houses...
Good thing we all live next door.
Good thing we all live next door.
We made, I think it was $1,000 that weekend, and we did a train fest where we did a deal of a day, which was a hamburger pop and slice of pie for $4.50, and we made $1,200 that day.
So in my mind, I thought, well, she'll raise a few $100s, she'll send it over, and I'll be out of it.
But this bunch of mums had much bigger plans.
Our biggest fundraiser was a company in Thailand, Fish Enterprises, gave Craig and Faye $15,000 worth of jewelry, enamelware jewelry for us to sell, and that we could keep all the profit.
We just want to thank you all for coming to Edith and Fred's home today for a Nikki Seed party. All of our jewelry here that you're looking at today was donated from a factory in northern Thailand.
We go into people's homes and we do presentation like Tupperware, and we have the jewelry there, and we tell them all about the orphans, and all the money that we get selling the jewelry has gone towards the babies. So our first year we raised $23,000.
Once they were organized, Susan and the team needed a name. It came from this little girl, Nikki. Nikki was the first baby with AIDS at the home, and she was eventually adopted by founder and director Avis Rideout.
She's the seed that it all grew from. So we called it the Nikki Seed Society. More and more babies started coming, and we needed more and more money. So we started to speak in churches, and we had a wonderful response. Our board members come from different churches. We're interdenominational, but every one of our churches are involved.
More and more people wanted to donate money to support the Agape Home, so the Nikki Seed Society registered as a charity. From there, Susan and the board started a child sponsorship program.
She's going to sponsor one. You need to fill out these forms, and then it's a $25 a month to sponsor a baby. Did she pick her baby? She's going to sponsor Am. Well, that's good. Am doesn't have one. She only has one sponsor. We need 8 sponsors to keep her clothed and fed and loved. Through the sponsorship program, we are now sending approximately $1,500 to $2,000 a month to the Agape Baby Home, which goes directly to the care of the children. And I think that's pretty exciting for a group of moms.
Sometimes we think housewives are of no value. I believe that women are very powerful creatures. I believe that women can do things where men can't. Anyone that would like to get involved in touching other people's lives, then I think the housewives are the place where you start.
My time with Nikki Seed varies from week to week. I can work as little as 15 hours a week and as many as 40 hours a week. None of our board members get paid, including myself. So we fundraise the overhead, and that way it's enabled us so far to be able to send 100% of our donations across to Thailand.
Nikki Seed Society uses donations to send medical supplies, toys, clothes and furniture to Thailand. And Susan is finally seeing it all in place, now that she and her husband and 3 children have come to work as volunteers at Agape.
We have provided most of the cribs, 5 swings, there's 4 over there and 1 on this side of the room. Over there, the playthings, the activity centers. All the little Pikes toys were donated in Kitchener, Ontario. I sent a letter to them and they were really generous. There's 4 double strollers outside we've sent over, and we've sent over a 6-seater stroller. It makes you feel really good, I think, especially when you see what a necessity they are.
But even more exciting is the hope that with good care, about 70% of babies born HIV positive throw off the virus and become HIV negative when their own immune system kicks in.
Well, this little girl, her name is Pam, and her mother died of AIDS, and she was removed surgically out of the womb after the death. And she was born positive, and we just had her tested last week, so we'll know today whether or not she's positive now. But she doesn't have any symptoms, so she has a very good chance of being negative now.
Healthy babies are put up for adoption. Would-be parents come from all over the world to adopt babies from Agape.
Never did we dream when we first did our first bottle drive with Faith and my kids, you know, when we went door to door. I never ever thought that we would be in the position we're in now, and that Nikki Seed would have grown to this extent in this short of time.
I was truly, truly amazed at her faith and at her vision and all the board members, their dedication, how hard they worked, and it's very moving to see people like that.
Nikki Seed is not something I do. It's something that's part of me now. It's something that I live, talk, breathe every day. It's not something that I just do on a Wednesday night. It's part of who I am now.